frenzy. Something like a fifth of the world's construction cranes are here on this piece of land that's smaller than Canada's Prince Edward Island. While the construction cranes of the giant building developer Emaar jostle for space in the skies over Dubai, there is another development company jostling for other bragging rights in this land that craves superlatives. Nakheel, another of Sheikh Mohammed's companies, is behind the extraordinary island developments visible from space as they emerge out of the Arabian Gulf. Nakheel is a construction conglomerate that is ultimately owned by Sheikh Mohammed and the Maktoum family. Among the senior management at Nakheel is a Canadian. Robert Lee was recruited from Vancouver, where he worked on some of that city's largest property developments.
The biggest difference that anybody goes through when they first come here is a sense of timing. The typical real estate development in North America and other places would take between 5 to 10 years. Here, it's 3 years. So everything you do is a lot compressed, and you got to do it fast.
As quickly as building plans are announced, they are gobbled up by voracious buyers, eager to be part of Dubai's real estate banquet. And by far the most coveted properties are those that have some view of the sea.
If you look at Dubai from one end to the other end, it's about 65 kilometers of shoreline. That's it. So the mandate was to create additional beachfront land because water is considered life. So we have this. In the beginning, we actually created an island like this. I was saying, hey, this looks great. But what we've been mandated is, no, create the land that has a maximum linear frontage of water. So do it this way. So what doing this way, you actually create waterfront real estate that's much greater than anything you can imagine.
Sheikh Mohammed was behind the plan to move desert rock and sand to the sea. Another plan was to move the sea to the desert.
Although it's middle of the land, the developer Nakheel has pumped seawater into this area, and every house actually has a waterfront view.
One of those houses with a waterfront view belongs to Robert Lee.
When this house was first marketed, this was just nothing but desert, and it was marketed about $700,000. We're sitting on a quarter acre. House is about 5,000 square feet, so it's considered a state lot. Now it's about $2.5 million in 3 years.
27. So what's so cold about it?
I think there is a overriding feeling from people who are coming here and saying, this is just a temporary place. I am here just to make money, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and I'm going to be out of here. When my bank account reaches a certain level, that's it, I'm back.
For many expats, Dubai is like some kind of economic oasis, a place to stop briefly, replenish the bank account, and then move on.
Sometimes I feel somewhat lonely and then think about our families in Vancouver. So my heart is always in Vancouver. I really want to go back. Yeah.
That's why we go back every summer.
I really want to go back for good. Yeah.
My time is numbered.
A near constant replenishment of expats is vital for Dubai to survive. The locals, the Emirati, are less than 20% of the total population. Someone has to do the work. For the most part, Emirati can lead a very privileged life. They benefit from an elaborate welfare system. If they want to, they can have free education right through postgraduate school, subsidized housing, incentives to marry a fellow national, and the opportunity to get government jobs, but only if they want to. The uniform for males of this leisure class is the traditional robe known as a kandura. Expats call it a dishdash. Today, some 30 Emirati have set aside their kanduras and put on the uniform of a cadet pilot at Emirates Airline. Most of Emirates pilots are non-Emirati, so this is a very special graduation attended by the Vice Chairman, Maurice Flanagan. and the chairman, Sheikh Ahmed. He is also uncle to Sheikh Mohammed. They were both there at the very beginning of what has become today the fastest growing airline in the world. It was 1985 when Sheikh Mohammed decided Dubai needed an airline.
He gave $10 million to start the airline and said, don't come back for any more. And don't expect any of that protection against competition, because that's not what we do in Dubai. The open skies policy will stay. He was so wise.
Dubai is strategically located, with a potential 2 billion customers within reach by a 3-hour flight. It's also becoming a major link to the booming Asian and South Asian markets. And that's turned Emirates Airline into a major player in the aviation world, challenging even the biggest airlines. It has on order more new Airbuses and long-haul Boeing planes than any other airline. Emirates Airline also has the distinction of being the only major airline totally in private hands.
It's a Maktoum family business, which makes it rather special. It's got to be good, look good, and make money.
Maurice Flanagan reports directly to only 2 men, Sheikh Mohammed and his uncle, Sheikh Ahmed.
And I think what help us is that really taking decision fast.
Dubai has become, virtually overnight, a mecca for tourists, even though it is situated at the edge of a variety of war zones. Attracted by the beaches and various Disney-esque entertainments, Dubai's biggest draw remains shopping. Even the airport terminal is turned into a shopping emporium, where kitschy Middle East knickknacks compete with kilo bars of gold for the tourist's dollar. Expectations are that by the year 2010, 15 million tourists will come to Dubai.
We are courageous to do things here in Dubai on such a big scale. When we announce it, it makes the news in the rest of the world.
The latest news is that out in the desert, Dubai is building not only the world's largest airport, but also potentially the world's busiest.
Eventually, it will accommodate something like 145 million passengers a year. People say, you don't talk about airports more than 100 million a year. We talk about this stuff in Dubai. we know that it's made to work in Dubai.
As the sand is moved to create another gargantuan project destined for the record books, there is one record that Dubai can be less than proud of.
CBC.